Heidi Lewis. I hope you're having a good day. I'm here getting ready for a picnic that I'm having in a little bit with my family. I hope you don't mind being in my backyard with me. But I love this place. It reminds me of all the picnics we had as children and the fun that we had. Today I want to tell you a little bit about group VBS, the easy VBS, and why I love group is because it's all about helping the children to remember and to know God's heart and His Word. Let me tell you a little bit about some of the materials that group supplies that make it just an amazing VBS program. The first is the Bible Memory Buddies. Bible Memory Buddies are little fun toys that are little creatures. It depends on what the theme is, depending on what the creature is. But on the back is imprinted the Bible verse of the day. A few years ago, one of my volunteer teachers came and talked to me in the middle of the year. She wanted to talk to me about VBS. See, she had for several years been teaching our preschool VBS Bible story. But also in her daytime real job, she was a kindergarten teacher, and she wanted to tell me what had happened in her classroom that week. One of her children in her kindergarten class had been at our preschool VBS several years earlier. And that week for show and tell, she had brought her entire set of Bible buddies. They were all bugs. And she knew not only that this bug is an ant and this is a stick bug, but this bug's name is Arnold. But more importantly, she knew and shared with every child in her kindergarten class the words on the back of each Bible buddy. She had memorized them. She had come to VBS 2 years earlier when she was 3 years old. And 2 years later at her kindergarten, she was sharing Jesus. That is what Bible memories are about. That even the littlest children are imprinting God's words on their heart. I love that story. Another thing that we do at Group VBS is Operation Kid to Kid. Each year, Operation Kid to Kid helps the children at VBS serve and help other kids somewhere else in the world who are impoverished or in need in some way. It is the largest kid-to-kid mission project in the world. Well, several years ago, the project was to make a fleece blanket where the kids tied the pieces of fleece together as a group. Well, before the group finished tying the blanket together, at the very end, they took a little red cloth heart, this big, and they passed it around from child to child, and each child then in turn prayed for the child who would receive it. Now, imprinted on the fabric of the fleece blanket was Jesus te ama, which is Jesus loves you in Spanish. Our church, several weeks later, had a mission trip where our high school youth went and did VBS, the same VBS we had done, with children in Mexico. And as part of the project, at the end of the week, they got to shower the children in Mexico with these blankets imprinted and wrap them up literally in God's love, reminding them that Jesus loves them. It was powerful. And just seeing the pictures of the little children praying for the blankets and the children receive them in Mexico, and then our high school students with tears in their eyes as they're giving them to these precious children across the border. Kids serving kids and sharing Jesus Christ. That's Operation Kid to Kid. And a third thing that group does that is very unique is called God Sightings. And God Sightings is helping children look for God in everyday life. Every day they leave VBS looking for God. Not that He's a faraway God, but He's personal and He's interacting with their life. And then the next day they come back and they share it with their crew and their crew leader, their group. And the kids cannot wait. They literally run in the morning with words bubbling out of their mouths saying, guess what Jesus did? God helped me forgive my brother last night because we had an argument. Or God gave me this amazing sunset. Each day the children are looking for God and seeing how much He loves them. Those are the kind of things that set Group VBS apart. But also I want to tell you, I've done Group VBS for a lot of years. Well, for you guys, let me just tell you, I was on the big red boat and I haven't left since. Anyways, there are a few things that I think set it apart vastly as a supreme and wonderful product. First of all is the teacher guides themselves. Each teacher lesson is so easy to use. It's laid out, it's clear, it helps the learner, the child, get into the lesson, live the lesson, know it, and have it in their heart. It is so easily written that my volunteers come back year after year after year because they know volunteering is a joy and fun. They get to use their gifts and the material and share Jesus with others. It is easy also to use with a small VBS, like if you're going to do it in a front yard with a small group of children, or to use it with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids at a big church function. It is easy either way. Second of all is the music. It is so fun. It's memorable. It's catchy. And the kids and the adults are singing and humming those words all year long. But I also like the music is a variety of things. Some of it is Bible verses set to music, and the kids are just singing out God's praises in words. Some of the musics I like to call the classics. They're songs that maybe I learned as a child that the kids are now learning and singing about. And also every year there are new bright tunes that the kids are learning and singing about the themes and the words of the day. They stick with them all year long. And lastly, but most importantly, every year at the heart of Groups VBS is Jesus Christ. A child can come to VBS not knowing about him at all, but they leave VBS knowing that Jesus died for them on the cross and 3 days later rose on Easter morning to take away their sins. And they know it and they love it, and some of them have eternity changes in those few days at Bible school. That's why I love Group VBS. It helps us to remember, helps us to know. Well, I'm going to have hopefully some new memories with my family today at our picnic. I hope you have some great memories this year with your children at VBS. God bless. Bye-bye.